Alright, I'm back again. Like I told y'all, since y'all don't like looking at reality, believing anything that y'all hear or see, I'm making it a thing where I'm about to start breaking this shit down in layman's terms and the reality of what is going on. Like, I'm gonna bring news to you real and raw. So this right here is about the crisis in Venezuela. There's key components to this, but I'm gonna get this video started and then I'm gonna interject when need be.
Sides in Venezuela's crisis, backing the country's opposition leader, refusing to pull U.S. diplomats out of that country. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is saying this, quote, the U.S. does not recognize the Maduro regime of the government of Venezuela. Accordingly, the U.S. does not consider former President Nicolas Maduro to have the legal authority to break diplomatic relations with the United States or to...
Alright, so let's break this shit down. So, Venezuela last year had election for Maduro, which Maduro won. Is like one of the most legit presidential races in a long time. A lot of countries recognize this. Even Jimmy Carter said it was the most legit presidential race he have ever seen. So America decides that it's the same old game. Like, you run in a country, you tear up shit, you fuck up the economy, and because you want the resources, you want the cheap labor, America's been doing this for a long time, and a lot of y'all don't realize this. Your army is not what you think it is. Like, these soldiers and shit, like, they coming back fucked up because they're out over doing shit that they know is wrong and their conscience is eating up at them. But we talk about Russia meddling, and they over here not, like, the people elected a dude. They over here saying that they not accepting him in another motherfucker's country. And is that politic meddling to me? The same shit they mad at Russia about? Come on, let's keep it going.
Our diplomats persona non grata, end quote. Maduro said get out within 3 days. Apparently that's not going to happen. Steve Harrigan watching the latest on this volatile situation that might shape up like a revolution. Steve.
It certainly could happen. That's what people are worried about on the ground in Venezuela and really across the world. It's not just the U.S. that is lining up to back one of these two men who is calling himself the president of Venezuela. It's really the whole world picking sides. On the one hand, you have Nicolas Maduro, a one-time bus driver and Hugo Chavez acolyte. He was reelected last year in an election widely seen as fraudulent by the U.S. and by dozens of other countries.
I mean, who the fuck do we think we are that we can... I mean, this is South America. It's a whole nother continent. And this shows you the foolishness and the fuckery that is going on, because this is a whole nother country and they intervene in they shit. This nigga got elected. That'd be like another country. Like, we know how fucked up the presidential race has been in here for the last few runs. You know what I'm saying? And what if Venezuela, like, we don't accept Trump as the president and we want Hillary Clinton and try to overthrow, fuck up the economy here? Like, what? This is some white people shit. Like, this is truly white people shit. But okay, I'm not even gonna go on. But how you gonna go with, like, we still talk about Russia meddling. What the fuck is this shit right here? Let's be honest. And everything that Venezuela is right now, whatever the conditions is of their economy, America put them on it. Cause let's be honest, what is sanctions and tariffs? You know what I'm saying? If it messes up the money, you know what I'm saying? It stops trade and shit like that. The rich people of Venezuela, the president, the politicians, they got money, so they're not gonna starve. It starves out the people. So this is the same old shit that we've been doing in all around the world for the last 100 years. You go to a place, you throw in, you start revolutions and civil wars so you can get the person out of the presidency that you don't want there, because you want access to the shit. Like we see this all around the world. Everywhere America is, you fuck up the money, you starve out the people, and then America ain't nothing but filled with a bunch of perverts. So then the first thing, when they know economy for real, what goes up? The woman goes up for sale. That's the reason why a lot of these places that America be in, or they've been in, they have prostitution, because they break down the economy. So that's what they're left with. And then so the people end up rebelling against the government. They don't understand that the devil's sitting right beside them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't the people think it's their government's twisted or whatever, when it's really America playing devil's advocate. They all up in the fucking mix. They all up in the fucking mix. And they've been doing it for the last 100 years. Every war to Iraq, Libya, they did the same shit. This is the same shit they did in Libya with Gaddafi. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like he's a dictator. And Libya was balling before America got caught up in they shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we come to find out that this nigga ain't even was doing what they said he was doing. He wasn't even guilty of the shit. They just wanted now, since they didn't kill Gaddafi. Look at the state of Libya. There's a slave trade going on in 2019. They over like Yemen and all this shit. Like, white people, y'all doing a motherfucking number on the world with all of this. Like, and the thing is as Americans, we sit back and we act like, take shit for granted, and act like this is, like, we have tomorrow promised and all of this. As our country is sitting around going to different places and bombing shit and fucking and turning nice countries at one time in a third world country under our name, and we just don't give a fuck, because we can go watch some sports, we could drink some liquor, and we could do all of this as shit that y'all think is really, really life, while your government is masquerading, overthrowing governments, starving out people, causing war, robbing us blind, and we don't pay attention. Then when a motherfucker tell y'all the truth, you act like y'all can't handle it. But let's get back to it, because I went on a rant.
He still has the backing of the military and the security forces. He says he's not going anywhere. He is inside the presidential palace in Venezuela. He's also backed by Russia and China. On the other side, you have the interim president, Juan Guaido. He's been recognized.
And this is one thing that the really thing is about. They want, Russia is back in Venezuela. So I mean, whoever's on their side is, because Venezuela's filled up with what they call resources. What's the one of the biggest oil reserves or something is there? Is gold there? You know what I'm saying? America just want to go where and starve out the shit so they can run in there and get the shit cheap. It's America. The Americans, this is what your government's been doing in your name for the longest of time. Let's just keep it real. They run around everything like, was it Congo, where you get the cobalt that goes in your phone? They wouldn't fucked up Congo. They fuck up everywhere to go where and steal what they want. It's just white people shit. Like, it's white. Y'all been doing it for the last 500 years. I hate to say it, but it's actually what is going on. And it's just the same old shit. They just want to suck the resources out of shit and get the shit for cheap. And like I said, they want to go. So Russia's back, and this is going to be the trigger of the Third World War for real. Because Venezuela already gave Russia the green light to mine in their city. In their country. So, like, for gold. So America wants a piece of that pie, but America's going, instead of being a friend, you want to be the devil. You know what I'm saying? You want to undercut. And this is, like I said, this is for the people that don't like to watch the news, or y'all want to hear the truth. And if you think I'm lying, research the shit. And but let's be honest. But and that's what it is. Russia and China and them is backing them because they friends of them. What they acting like they friends, you never know. Russia still, you white and wherever you at, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no difference between the Russian white people genetically and the white people in America. So they all might be playing the same game. But the Russia seems like they have more morals and like a culture and standards and shit. They don't be playing a lot of shit. So they might actually just be realizing what America's doing. That's the reason why they back in Syria. America's been fucking up Syria and playing all that old fuck shit. and Russia been back in Syria and making them back up off on was Russia, I mean Syria, America, and Israel. But I mean this shit is crazy. But let's keep it going.
Recognized by the U.S., by Canada, and by much of South America. He had several 100,000 protesters out in support of him on Wednesday. He gave himself the oath of office. So you have two men calling themselves the president of Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro.
And that's, I forget the other dude's name start with a G or something. But America, even though Maduro been in office for over a year, America said that they just woke up one day and said, we're not accepting him as the president. We're going to put the dude that he ran against, even though this nigga lost a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? They gonna like, this nigga's the president. So they gonna start contacting him about shit in the country. And this nigga's the president. Maduro's the president. Who the fuck do we think we are? You know what I'm saying? And we should be mad about this shit because they doing it in our name. Because when shit hit the fan and these countries get fed up and they ready to take this motherfucker out, we the motherfuckers is going to be in danger. You know, like, this shit is crazy what the fuck these motherfuckers is doing in here. And I hate to cuss like that, but I get emotional about shit like this because this shit is just wicked. So let's keep it going.
Maduro has sharply reacted to the U.S. move. He said the time for gringo interventions is over in South America. He's given U.S. diplomats 72 hours to get out.
See, he said it. His time is over for gringo diplomats. Like, I said, white people shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, this is why I say, like, white people, I'm not racist or nothing. I like white people, you know, but I'm not going to act like all white people are good because the history and the majority of it, especially the motherfuckers that run this country and this living in this country, show us a lot of wicked motherfuckers. But he just stated, like, because the world is waking up to America shit and white people shit. Like, this, where all the people of color are realizing, like, at first these countries, Britain, London, they was acting like they was friends of all of these brown countries, and then to realize that they're not friends of no one. You know what I'm saying? And all the countries is waking up like, hold on, we doing worse off since we didn't let these strangers in our motherfucking house. And black people, we know how that feels. But I mean, it's just, I mean, if they don't start backing up off of people and doing what's right, the world's gonna get sick of this shit. All the people of color, and we are the majority.
Right after he issued that order, the second man calling himself president said no, the U.S. diplomats don't have to leave. What really is interesting now is to watch what happens next.
See, the other dude that America's trying to announce as president, he's saying they don't have to leave. Nigga, you not the president. Like, America said you, but nigga, Venezuela said Maduro's the president. Like, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Like, this shit is crazy. I mean, I couldn't imagine it. This shit is crazy.
Will the protesters come back out on the streets? And what will Maduro do with the man calling himself president, now backed by the U.S.? Those protests were violent yesterday. There were water cannons and rocks, but they weren't crushed by security forces. The big thing that's different, Maduro has not arrested the opposition leader. He's perhaps not willing to take that risk and raise the stakes that high yet. Bill, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Steve Harris.
So the other dude is actually just jumping up and thinking he's president. And the thing is said, because really Venezuela's been going through it, I think, for a few years now. And it's all because of America, man. We put those sanctions, because it's all about been trying to take over because they just some wicked shit. You just starving our countries. Like, and the sad thing is, in America, we just said take all of this shit. We drinking Starbucks, walking dog. Well, y'all walking dogs, drinking Starbucks. Y'all going to these football games, watching the entertainment all day, eating y'all's chicken wings and shit, and drinking y'all's beer because y'all love that beer and that cheap alcohol, and taking shit for granted as the world is in turmoil, especially in a lot of places. A lot of places ain't really doing that good, and a lot of it is because of our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Iraq, Afghanistan, you look at Libya, what they looked like 10 years ago. They was, a little bit longer before America did what they did to it. Like, there was flourishing places, beautiful, gold and shit everywhere. And then look up today, man, they wastelands all because of wicked shit. And then, like I said, the sad thing about it is we just sit back and take shit for granted and act like the shit can't even happen to us. And that's the reason why I'm starting to do these little videos and breaking it down on real talk. Because people, you can only run from the truth so long. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just somebody got to bring this shit to y'all, and then we can. I'm breaking it down while we watching it. So, I mean, fuck with your boy, and till next time, and wake the fuck up.